got an interesting lineup today. Everything from tariff news to Doug Bowser is at it again. Here we go. So this is rather big news. President Donald Trump paused the sweeping tariffs for 90 days. And this very well could be shaking up the Switch 2 pre-order debacle here. After Nintendo delayed US and Canada dates from April 9th over the tariff fears, this could potentially bring the price back to $449. At the very least, we could finally see pre-orders just go live in America and Canada very soon. No official word yet, but posts on X suggest that Nintendo's ready. They're ready to pounce. My guess, though, is it'll probably be after the Mario Kart Direct on the 17th. Maybe they're just waiting to get that done. Time will tell, but it's looking better because of this 90-day pause. This whole tariff thing is just stressful and wild, and I just want my Switch pre-order. That's all I want. I just want my Switch 2 pre-order. So how are you feeling about this? What do you think's going to happen? Drop your predictions below. Let's have a little fun with this. When do you think the pre-orders are going to happen? Are they ever going to happen? Are people in the U.S. ever going to hold a Switch 2 in their hands? I hope so. They're going to. Come on. It's going to happen. Nintendo's evaluating. It's probably just a matter of time before they finally open up pre-orders. Okay? Well, moving on to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, one of the greatest games of all time. Sadly, the Switch 2 edition is not going to have the expansion pass. No master trials, none of that DLC, the incredible story that's been tacked on to the end of that game, all of that will still be $20 aside from an already $69.99 game. It seems like Nintendo's truly banking on this upgrade hype. Look, the upgrade being at 4K, 60 FPS, and having all the little bells and whistles added on to it, it's pretty great. I think it's awesome. I'm excited. I'm going to pick up the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom upgrades. I have the base games already. I have the expansion pass for Breath of the Wild, but I can see why this is frustrating because it's, a 7-8-year-old game, and the DLC is about 7 years old. It seems like Nintendo should have just added this to the upgrade and just called it good, you know? But I get it. Money is the issue here. They want to make money. Oh, goodness. It's just, with everything going on, this is just more news that just does not bode well for Nintendo. It's kind of humorous at this point, okay? It's kind of funny, okay? We've got something else very interesting to talk about. So last night on the Nintenbyte Podcast that Nintendo Prime hosts, they dropped a bombshell. Okay, Switch 2's Joy-Con 2 sticks apparently feel really good. Okay, they had some people on the podcast that were at the hands-on experience. Without flat out saying it, they were pretty much implying that stick drift very well may be history at this point. And Nintendo Prime's X posts actually kept hinting at a custom Hall effect or TMR, like analog sticks in general. So they completely built from scratch. So it's very interesting, okay? The people that did the hands-on testing, they said it was smooth, no drift vibes. And if that's true, it truly is a game changer for the Switch 2. Okay? No more Zelda runs ruined by wonky controls. No more like setting your controller down to take a drink of your delicious Coke Zero, and you look at the screen and Link is walking off the cliff. You know what I mean? So, I'm cautiously hyped for this. Anyway, do you think they've moved on? Do you think the drift is over? Well, the last thing I've got for you, Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo of America, is at it again. So actually, this is more of what he told CNBC the other day, and it's kind of blown up the past 24 hours. But this is his direct quote. He said, "Some people may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we want to make the other Switch platforms available." So, seemingly harmless, right? But then you remember that this sounds very familiar. This has people up in arms because they're comparing it to the whole Xbox situation years ago. The context for that statement was actually based on network connectivity, though, not necessarily price and affordability. But what do you think? Is it a similar situation? Do you think this is going to pan out for Nintendo? This year, 2025, is going to be so interesting. Anyway, that's all I've got for the Nintendo recap for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.